Welcome back to Little Shop of Nerds, everyone. This is your lovely host, Mike.
And I'm Julia.
Welcome back to this great new podcast.
I mean, it's not necessarily new because we've been doing this for over a year now.
That's true. It's a new episode, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. All right.
So Mike didn't want to do this week's, but this is all on Mike. So I'll go ahead and I'll give last week's hint, which is stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
Alright, yes, today we're going to talk about The Boys. Damn, I hate this show. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Mike doesn't like this show. I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to see it. I don't have an interest in things like that, so this is all on him today.
Great, and all the things I do for you guys that supply my torture to your entertainment.
Yep.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, I am enjoying this a lot.
Sadist.
I mean, that's not what my test says.
Well, my test says otherwise, and I ain't a sadist either. Okay, alright, yes. Since last week we talked all about the girls, this time we're going to talk about the boys. Clearly, we're just going to talk about the show, The Boys, but on Amazon Prime if you don't have it. Now, if you haven't watched it, click off, go watch all 4 seasons. The last episode of season 4 was last Thursday, so... But anyways, if you're...
Are they going to be releasing any more seasons?
I think so. If so, I might not do it. I don't care for it. It's really dumb.
Okay, so we're basically just going to be going over... Or he's just basically going to be going over the first 4 seasons that are currently out.
And granted, I'm not going to talk about all of it. I'm just going to give grips and highlights and my opinions. And
don't want to torture you guys too much.
Yeah, I'm already tortured, not that in a fun way. Alright, season 1, okay. If you guys don't know what The Boys are, they are a comic based on Dynamite Comics, based on the same name, same characters, but a little different. Let's just say the comics are more bloodier and more crazier than the show. Okay. It starts off, superheroes saving the day, and Huey walking with his girlfriend Robin, and, talking about trying to get a next step in their life, and bam, she gets killed by one of the superheroes called A-Train. And, yeah, he's like, his superpower...
Wait, how do you kill her?
Just by running.
Oh, okay.
See, A-Train is a...
Kind of sounds like a knockoff of the Flash.
He is.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. The Boys is pretty much just a knockoff of Justice League and Marvel, pretty much. Like, people think Black Noir is like Batman. Nah, Tech Knight is mostly a ripoff from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the point, A-Train was hyped on Compound V. And before you guys want to know, Compound V is just it's some kind of formula that gives them their superpowers. They thought they were born with it. No, it was made by a company named Vought. And vice versa. Pretty much, it's just like... So what happened to A-Train... I'll get more into that about Vaughn and stuff. But what happened, A-Train was running super fast. Because, I guess, with speed and shit... Turned Robin into goop. Only thing that was left was her hands.
Oh.
Yeah. And pretty much, if you know everything about the media and everything, when they're trying to protect their number one star or everything, they'll try to cover it up, bribe off police officers, lie to the media, just say, hey, I'm sorry, which not meaning it. And pretty much the superheroes, which the group of superheroes are called the Seven. And the people who are part of the Seven is Black Noir, a mystery that you don't know, top-notch assassin. You got Homelander, which is the main crazy of the story. And you got Queen Maven, kind of like Wonder Woman, a little different. You got the Deep, a knockoff of Iron Man, really pervertic. And A-Train, translucent, which I never understood him. He's like, he becomes invisible. But here's the thing. He has to take off his clothes to be fully invisible. I'm like, you couldn't make a suit that turned him invisible. Anyways, besides that, it got A-Train, then Starlight. Starlight is the country gal. I wouldn't say country gal, just the girl from the small town stuff. And she gets really abused during this time, you know. And pretty much everything and messed up. See, this is Huey is working trying to fight against A-Train because what he did was wrong. And he knew that there was no bank robber because A-Train lied. Robin was not even near the street. He was pretty much junked up on Compound V. It's pretty much like his performance enhancer, if you want to put it. And blah, blah, blah. He's mad trying to fight against A-Train and Vaughn. They're trying to pay him off, but, didn't do it. Then that's when he meets Billy Butcher. And he says he's from FBI. He's trying to, keep the soups in check, kind of, so to speak. Takes Huey to a little top secret cabaret where the soups can, how can I say this? When the cameras is not on them, they go to this little bar and they pretty much, say fuck or drink or something so that doesn't ruin their reputation. By that I mean, there's a guy named Ezekiel. He's like his powers is just stretching.
Okay.
Like Mr. Fantastic, Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. He's like a Christian, preaches the word. But here's the thing. He's gay.
Okay.
Which to us is to us it ain't no problem. But here's the thing. Most of his fan base are Christian conservatives, and let's just say most of them are homophobic.
A lot of them are homophobic.
Yeah, so you get the point. To us, it's no big deal,
Yeah.
Because we don't give a fuck what you are, as long as you're true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Accept people who are pedos and fucking rapists and
Yeah, if you're any of those, you need to be put down.
Just go to jail.
No, they need to be put down.
And also racism.
They all need to be put down.
Okay, this ain't the fucking boys right now, okay? Alright. Damn, Billy Butcher. Anyways, like I was saying, they were just getting some information. Butcher asked Huey to plant a bug in the Fort building so they can spy, and Translucent found it, and he tried to beat up Huey and Butcher, and this is what happens. Fucking Huey puts a fucking electrical wire on Translucent's ass just to electrocute him and put him down. And pretty much they're trying to... And what happens is they got him. They take him to Frenchie, which is also one of the members. He's like why they call him Frenchie? Because, well, he's French. And he's also a good chemist and everything. And, they find a way what to do with Translucent, since he has strong, indestructible skin and everything, and pretty much they put a bomb in his ass. Since they couldn't find any way to do his skin, and they got the idea from a turtle. It's how the turtle head goes inside the shell. So pretty much the ass was the most vulnerable part, and Translucent was ready to walk out, so he would just press the detonator and he explodes. Now, I'm not going to get too much. I'm just going to go ahead and give you some characters and their everything, and so you know who they are. All right, Mother's Milk is your pretty much token black guy, but he's also good of intel, fighting, trying to fight was right. He's pretty much the heart of the group, and pretty much he's just the awesome dude that actually is the part of the team. I actually think, but in the comic book he has superpowers, but in the show he doesn't. So, but yeah, like I said, he's pretty much the heart of the team. Pretty much, Frenchie's more of the chemist. Huey's more of the brain. I would say people will say Butcher is the brains, but nah, he's more of the he's more of the strength and more of the crazy person who I think more of the strength, and Huey's more of the wise guy, you know, trying to be wise and shit. And they bring it, and here comes Kimiko, who can't talk. She was trained in the terrorist group, and they put her in through human trafficking and injected her with Compound V, and she's pretty much a soup, strong. Well, I wouldn't say strong, but she can heal herself up, and like say if they try to snap her neck will snap back into place. Alright, and then you got now the soups, like I said, the Deep, who is a jackass. He pretty much SA'd Starlight, or Annie, who's the new group member of the Seven, and he said, "I'm the second guy next to Homelander. If you want in," and pretty much, and he said, "Well, you can hurt me if you want, but I got more power." And turns out he's afraid of Homelander. He's not the second top guy. Even Annie told him, "You're just a whiny little bitch." And, you know, Annie realized being part of the Seven ain't great. It's pretty much they treat it like more publicity than actually being superheroes. And, then, she found a way. She beat up a guy. Ashley didn't like it, they wanted her, one of the top guys, Stillwell, she wanted her. She thought she was going to fire, but she realized, no, we can make this more of a profitable idea by just saying, hey, small town girl, realize the city's bad, realize you're standing up for female empowerment, and pretty much she's not liking it. She doesn't want to be pretty much she's not being herself. And they send the Deep to Ohio.
Man,
I think it was Sandusky or something.
Man, that's where Cedar Point is.
Yes, and pretty much the whole joke was, "Oh, Cedar Point is the best," or "We're the best." Got this great. I'm like, dude, I'm from fucking Ohio. It ain't that great. Don't get me wrong.
It really isn't.
Don't get me wrong. Cedar Point is great. It's awesome. So is Kings Island, but Ohio ain't that great.
Yeah.
Seriously. And the only why he got moved to Ohio because he was trying to help a dolphin from an aquarium, since his power is ocean, breathing underwater and stuff.
Oh, okay, so the only aquarium that I know of that we have in Ohio is at the Columbus Zoo, and we don't have dolphins at the Columbus Zoo.
No, this is at Vaughn. Vaughn is in New York.
Oh, then what the fuck is he in Ohio?
Because he was trying to steal the dolphin, because he was trying to rescue it.
Uh-huh.
Since he can talk to any...
Okay, wait, so did he already kidnap the dolphin?
He kidnaps the dolphin.
And then he goes to Ohio?
No. What happened is he's driving away, trying to make sure no one sees him. He almost hit a truck, so something happens. He had to slam his brakes. The dolphin flies through the fucking windshield, lands on the road, gets run over by a fucking semi.
Then he goes to Ohio.
Yes, because Vaughn realized this can't happen. He needs to learn his lesson, and
Okay, well, shame on the boys' creators for
it was a fake dolphin
killing a dolphin.
It's yeah.
It doesn't matter. Still, animal cruelty is bad. Okay, guys, you hear that? Animal cruelty is bad. You hurt animals, you need to be put down too.
All right. Let's be careful what we say before we get into more trouble. But anyways, yes, no animal cruelty, especially the dogs. You motherfuckers! If you hurt a dog, I'm coming after. Sorry.
Put the microphone down.
Sorry. I love dogs. Don't hurt a dog. But anyways, yes, the dog. Pretty much at the end of the season, something because what happens with pretty much the whole first season, Billy's trying to bring the boys back. They used to be part of the CIA, and they're trying to get back into the CIA so they can, one, get money, and two, because what the boys were, they were a CIA group that helped keep superheroes in check. Like, say, if they did something bad and they need their help from the CIA, it's like, they'd be like, fuck you, I'm not doing this. He'd be like, you sure? Because I got a photo that says that you doing this will help me. Hence why they need the boys. They're pretty much contract killers or anything that do to help them. And pretty much Billy Butcher's doing this also is trying to get revenge on his wife because turns out she was killed by Billy Butcher and raped by... Sorry. Wrong. I'm wrong. It was Homelander. Billy Butcher's wife was raped and killed by Homelander. And he's trying to get to Homelander so he can kill him.
Okay.
And pretty much at the end of the first season, turns out she wasn't dead. She was in a Vaughn, top secret Vaughn house surrounded by big fence, a concrete fence and everything, just to keep her hidden. Because if Homelander found out he had a kid, it would be messed up. But what happens is, one thing about Homelander that is kind of interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to say. Okay, I talked about Miss Steelwell. Well, she has a baby. I think she's like, in her 50s, 40s, whatever. And he likes to use his X-ray visions to spy on her, to pretty much pumping her breasts, pretty much. And if you guys know, it means she's breastfeeding her little kid, her baby, because, there's some families that do breastfeeding, some do formula, not judging whoever does. But, like I said, he kind of has a suckling fetish, and she knows it, and she pretty much uses it, again, for his own, just to keep him in check. And, and there was one episode or something that she has, she's excited because she's trying to get the superheroes into the military. And you can see why Billy and the CIA think it's a bad idea. Because it's pretty much sending people... You're pretty much sending superhero people to fuck... Because superheroes think like gods. If they don't take orders from top military branch, they're going to kill them. But anyways, there was this one funny part I thought was funny. She's Steelwell. She's having sex with Homelander, right? And you know what happens? After 5 seconds, he fucking jizz.
Gross.
He did. I'm like, wow, bro, I can last for more than 5 seconds. That is pitiful. But I don't want to judge.
I didn't need to know that you can last more than 5 seconds.
Hey, I think any guy can last.
I don't think our viewers wanted to hear that you can last more than 5 seconds.
Hey, at $5, there's going to be a lot of guys says they can last more than.
Do you last 10 seconds, Mike? Is that your threshold?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. But anyways, like I was saying, it was pitiful, but no judging people who do go through that. I get it, you know, premature. Anyways, besides that, Billy Butcher goes to Stillwell, straps her to bombs, and and Homelander is jealous of her son, and pretty much, and then Homelander found out that Bill Butcher's wife is actually alive, and Stillwell dies in an explosion. Her son is safe, and Huey, Mother's Milk, and Frenchie and Kimiko are hiding from the law because they think they killed Stillwell, and the second season is pretty much trying to get their names clean and try to get into the CIA. And, Huey is still dating Starlight, even though she knows that he killed Translucent. And at the end, in the second season, Billy Butcher is trying to find his wife again. He does, and he found out Ryan, which is his wife's kid, turns out is Homelander's son, and Homelander is trying to be a father. There's Stormfront. Stormfront is really old. It turns out she was a Nazi. Because the Vaughn Company was in Germany and started making this stuff, and they went to America and became more of an American product. Kind of reminds me of that dude who makes those videos, was a youth pastor, Ryan. Hey, what'd you make, buddy? But anyways, besides that, you get the point. They pretty much trying to clear their names. They get them cleared. Billy Butcher's wife's dead, and Billy Butcher's wife's dead. The Supes are getting a little more fragile. The Deke joins a cult, gets back in with the Seven. A-Train had a heart attack from the first season because he took too much Compound V, and he's still part of the Seven, but they send him to Ohio, and he gets the files on Stormfront when she was a Nazi. She was trying to turn Homelander into those... How can I say this without hurting people's feelings who are part of this group? I'll just say, be more conservative what he says, not try to block what he say. Kind of, you know how those people who are really of a support of a certain group, and since they're conservative, they speak their minds. They have those podcasts saying, the LBG2 is like an excuse of pedophiles and crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she's trying to... She's pretty much trying to get the next year.
Okay.
Because since Homelander is blonde and has blue eyes.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, great.
So you're likening her to a 1930s and 40s group that got their asses kicked by the Americans.
Yep.
Well, not by the Americans.
I'm not talking about the Nazis. I'm talking about people in America.
Well, I'm not trying to say Nazis because we can't say Nazis on YouTube, so thanks for ruining that for me.
Wait, we can't say that?
No, you're not allowed to say Nazis.
When was that a thing?
It's been a thing.
I never knew it was a thing.
It's a thing.
People keep saying Nazis all the time.
No, they don't.
Well, whatever. But either way, it's not... I wouldn't say the neo-Nazis, but most people who believe, in America and the other believe in, no, you're wrong, Black Lives Matter group. You get the point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Starlight is more on the liberal side, Homelander is more conservative. You get the point.
Yeah.
And you get the point. It comes down to that, and he doesn't know that Stormfront was not a Nazi, so till, she gets her ass kicks and everything, at the end, everyone's name's cleared. Huey works for a politician who's Muslim, by the way. I forget her name. But it turns out she's also a superhero. She has superpowers. She can make people explode with her mind.
Okay.
He did not know that.
Okay.
So then we get the third season, The boys are working with the CIA. They are pretty much keeping superheroes in check. They don't kill them a lot, but they try to find out what's what. And Mother's Milk is going through a hardship because they're finding this superhero Soldier Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he's not dead. And what he is, Soldier Boy is pretty much plays the guy, I forget his name. I gotta look it up. Played on Supernatural.
Oh, okay. Like one of the main characters on Supernatural?
The brother, I'm trying to think, was it?
Oh, I mean, there's two brothers. So.
I can't remember. That's what I'm...
Okay, so Mike's looking that up. I mean, I don't really have...
right here. The one who played Dean.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I've never seen Supernatural.
Jensen
Jensen Ackles, okay.
Yeah. He plays Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy's really old. He's from, he was born in the 1920s, but doesn't, because of his superpowers and the amount of Compound V in him, he doesn't age. So he just looks like the same guy, but he talks like a boomer, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like he saw a commercial with a dad wearing those baby Buers, whatever the little straps that the baby can snuggle in, and they're like that men wear that, like, yeah, they want to have kids, and he's like, no, men used to be men, like he talks about Bill Cosby, right? And he's like, now Cos was a man's man. He was a funny dude, made strong drinks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Oh my god, he's defending Bill Cosby. But then again, he was trapped in a Russian base.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out why they want Soldier Boy, because he can find a way to kill Homelander, because he got a new superpower by blasting out nuclear beams from his chest.
Okay.
By that, yeah, it's radioactive.
Mm-hmm.
And it also takes the superhero's powers away. And like I was saying, they were Chewy's barking.
Yeah, ignore Chewy.
And Mother's Milk doesn't like it because his family were part of the collateral damage of Soldier Boy's act of trying to stop something. But pretty much Soldier Boy is a racist and everything. Misogynistic and everything. Can't believe I used that word. But anyways, yes. And the 7 is getting more, having secrets. Fucking Homelander doesn't like having secrets. Stormfront's alive for a couple episodes, but here's the thing. She got badly burnt. Like one hand. So really not good looking. Really good with the makeup, by the way, so. And if you're wondering who took the place of Stillwell after first season, it was the chick who played Ashley. I'm not going to get too much into her. She's more like a side character. And like I said, everyone's back pretty much, trying to do what's right. Homelander's trying to be a father, trying to get Ryan, and so much fucking more I don't care about. And there was a episode where all the superheroes having an orgy.
Yeah, so Mike showed me this scene.
Whoops.
I think it was last week or the week before when he was here. And I have seen some shit over the years.
But that was some crazy shit.
I mean, I've seen some some crazy shit over the years, but I was not expecting what I did see during this scene, especially the ending of that scene. Because I don't know which guy it was, but he
Mother's Milk.
He opened up a door and just got covered in a bunch of jizz. And I mean that gives a whole new meaning to the word bukkake. If you know, you know.
I like to say he became more like a glazed donut, but you know. Hey.
Bukkake fits that so much better than glazed donut.
And you'd be like, oh, what's the big deal? It's just when you're a superhero, it was a big amount.
It was a lot. He was basically covered in it.
Like,
all he did was open up a door, and here just comes like a tidal wave of jizz all over him.
It's kind of like if the dick was a nose and a big fucking thing of snot came out.
It was more like a cannon.
More like a cannon. And
this guy must have had a cannon dick.
Hell,
to blow out that much load.
Hell, I even saw a dude with ice powers making a frozen, an adult toy
out of ice
for some of your female viewers or man.
First off, don't put ice up there because that's not going to feel nice.
You would know.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think it would feel nice.
Okay, not judging.
Because, well, I mean, first off, with a female, it's going to be wet, and that is ice.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
You know?
I get it. Maybe they'll make that into a porno one day, but right now...
Oh, God.
Right now, we don't want to go through that.
I mean, apparently, from what I have seen, going over... with some of the stuff that I have seen, apparently ice cubes are very popular, and I don't know why.
Okay. Okay.
But an adult toy made out of ice, that doesn't... I don't think that would feel very good.
Right. All right. And you're kind of wondering why they're at this place. Well, there was two comrades that worked with Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy's trying to kill him because they sold him to the Reds because Vaughn was trying to get rid of him. He was outdated. That's when they bring in Homelander, and he was pretty much a dick to everyone through his team. And and they also Huey and Butcher got superpowers by a temporary Compound V, and everything pretty much. They try to stop Homelander, but, it's trying to stop Homelander, but also trying to save Ryan. Butcher tries to save Ryan. They stop Soldier Boy. Homelander survives. And pretty much ends with who's right and wrong, pretty much fucked up shit. And the last season, thank God I want to get this fucking done. Hate this show. Pretty much your typical standard, treat it more like political front because pretty much it. Because what's happening this fall season, which I'm glad I want to hear from my family. But anyways, pretty much Homelander's trying to figure out because he's having a midlife crisis because he's got gray hairs and everything. Everyone in the Seven is not paying attention or having secrets. And Annie or Starlight left the Seven, joins Huey and the boys, and Butcher Harley is Harley with them. Turns out that temporary Compound V is going to kill him because he took too much of it. And he's going to die in the next few months. And turns out he took regular Compound V. Gave him superpowers where some weird tentacles come out of his chest. And he's hallucinating his old soldier buddy and his wife. And blah, 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 trying to save Ryan because of Homelander. And ends with, the boys dispatching because turns out they killed the president. Someone killed the president. They pinned it on them. They are freaking going to hiding, going somewhere else. And the next president, wants the superheroes to be part of the part of the military. Then it becomes a police state, meaning they're going under martial law. And everything from Event Horizon, that's pretty much it the whole freaking of the season. Except for one little episode. This one I'm going to talk a little bit more about because, I am part of a certain group, part of a certain kink community. I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm no expert on any of this. If you are an expert, if you're a submissive dom or a exhibitionist or a sadist, masochist, or whatever, if you saw this episode, saw the show, put your own comments, put your own idea of what you think of it. Because pretty much when people do the whole kink thing in regular, like say movies or shows, 50% of it is pretty much bullshit. It doesn't really happen.
I mean, a lot of people came out and said that 50 Shades of Grey was definitely not a very good look on the community.
No, it wasn't. Like I said, if you guys are part of that community, put your comments down below what you thought of this, if you saw that episode or anything. Like I said, I'm no expert. I have friends who are, and I asked them and everything. And they just say, because there was an episode where Huey goes under the cover at Tech Knight's place. Right? Undercover. And he was dressed as a superhero called Web Weaver. He's kind of like the knockoff version of Spider-Man, except because you know how there was a Spider-Man movie where Tobey Maguire webs just came out of his wrist. It was organically.
Okay.
But with Web Weaver and the boys, it's the same thing. It doesn't come out of his wrist. He's got a hole in the back.
So it comes out of his ass.
Above his ass.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, even I think so, right?
I mean, just because that's where it comes out of spiders doesn't mean that needs to happen to actual superheroes.
Well, I wasn't surprised that it didn't come out of there. But anyways. He takes Huey down to his kind of like his bat cave. And let's just say he had a sex dungeon. And I have to say, it did not faze me at all. It looked like a dom and submissive's wet dream, pretty much. No offense if you guys have that. No belt toys on the shelf, wooden horses, the chairs, and everything.
You did have that?
They had all of that. They even had a dude wearing a latex suit with a ball gag in his mouth.
Oh.
And pretty much Web Weaver was going to be Tech Knight's new sidekick.
Okay.
So they strap Huey to a wooden horse type deal. And pretty much he's like, I wouldn't say spread eagle, he's like more like hunch over like this, and his legs aren't up. But anyways, Ashley, who's the CEO, whatever she is, turns out she's into that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's pretty much tickling his feet as a thing of torture or punishment. And I read there is a thing of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, stop. And she stops. And Tech Knight's like, well, if you want her to stop, you gotta say the safe word. And she keeps going at it. And he keeps trying to think of what the safe word is. And this is what I'm going to say. If you guys are
first off, they should have told him what the safe word was before, because you never do anything like that without establishing boundaries.
Yes. Even
I know that, and I'm not in the community.
Yes, I know that. Even I know that. I asked my friends, and I even asked one. She's a dom, pretty much. I'm not going to name her name because like I said, I don't want to disclose her identity. She just told me she also does body singles, also check out the body language, make sure, like, if she knows something up, that's when they stop. And like I said, you guys need to have a safe word before you even start this, because if you don't, it could be really intense. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I listen to podcasts, YouTubers who do it.
I mean, it might be a good idea for people to watch body language too, because maybe the person would be too overwhelmed to even say the word.
Yes.
Say the safe word.
Yeah, it's true, because, like, I just hear a thing on my favorite YouTube creator who's part of the community, Evie Lupi. Go check her out. She's amazing. She's talking to one people who are part of the kink universe about primal play. And they say that can get really intense. Like, say, you gotta look out for body language, or if they tap you on the shoulder, it means you stop. And if you can't control yourself, you can't do primal play no more. And I agree. If you can't control yourself, you're going to hurt more people. But besides that, even I had a little problem with that scene. And Ashley pretty much goes back tickling his feet. And she's pretty much... How can I say this? I'm going to give the medical term. She's pretty much masturbating while tickling his feet. And saying awful stuff.
I mean, you could have said pleasuring herself.
Pleasuring, whatever, same thing. But besides that, she's doing that, and after she's done, she pretty much wiped her juices on Huey's mask, and I'm like, okay. They went weird on. Well, I'm like, okay, like I said, didn't bother me, but...
Is this actually in the comic books?
No! None of this shit they're doing in the show is part of the comics.
So, how did the creators get, like, the people that made the show, how did they get permission from the creators to go this hard? I really don't know, and I really don't want to find out. I'm really glad that I decided not to give the show a watch, because, I mean, that's even a little, I mean, like I said, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, like I said.
And that's a little much for me.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't... Like I said, it was fake, but still, like I said, I didn't like the idea. It was like, well, if you want her to stop saying the safe word, but here's the thing, that's also, you didn't tell them the safe word before they start.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to wonder if he told Webweaver, like, about the safe word. But still, like I said, not an expert. If you are part of the community, if you saw the scene, put it in the comments below what you think. But like I said, and if you want to know, I'm a submissive, by the way. Anyways.
No one wanted to know that.
Anyways, besides that, the whole show ends in... Okay, there's one thing I have to end before... You know how Homelander loved breast milk?
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a character named Firecracker, Southern conservative, by the way. And you say, oh, because she's conservative, she's a Southerner. She has a Southern accent. So, fuck you. And she is a conservative because she's trying to pretty much wreck Starlight's reputation because she's doing terrible stuff for people who are, need help of LGBTQ, the Black Lives Movement. You get the point. She knows Homelander, and she pretty much takes these drugs to have breast milk without being pregnant. And at the end of the episode, close to the end, Homelander is breastfeeding on Firecracker.
Yeah.
And she's stroking his hair, saying a good boy. I'm like, here's the thing. That dungeon in Tech Knight's thing didn't faze me. But that got me saying, what the fuck?
That got me. He also showed me that,
Sorry, by the way.
He also showed me that scene, too. Before he showed me the big orgy.
Whoops.
I'm
sorry, but yeah.
Was that the end of
it was
season 4? Or?
Yes, it's the end. It pretty much is everyone's on the run. The United States are going under pretty much a police state, and I have to say the show, I give it a 5 out of fucking 10, people. It's pretty much just I feel like I'm just watching those crappy reality TVs, and where they have to watch their image and shit. And I hope you guys enjoyed my suffering, because I was not happy.
I mean, I wasn't enjoying your suffering, because I feel like I was suffering right there with you.
Bullshit!
Even though I was sitting here most of the time just looking at my cell phone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what we do when either of us just do our own little spiel. We just look at our phones while the other one just talks, and every once in a while, if we're paying attention, we'll hop in and talk.
And I know you guys are going to say, well, that's rude. Why do you guys do that? I'm like, you can't see us, so why bother?
Yeah, I mean, once we finally get, once we get a video up of us and everything like that, we won't be doing that.
No, we are thinking about doing a video soon, but we don't know when.
I think that I know we were talking about maybe waiting until we got up to 100 subscribers before we did that, but I'm thinking about maybe if we can get up to 50, because we are now up to 41.
41.
So we just need 9 more.
That if we can't get up 50, maybe even sooner, but yeah, let's try 50. But like I said, I know a lot of our friends are like, you need to go video. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So, that will be soon. But once we can get up to 50, we'll definitely start discussing on doing actual video with our podcast. So then you'll get to see what we actually look like.
Yes.
I look better than Mike, to be honest.
Fuck you.
But yeah, so that was The Boys. So you want me to go ahead for next week's hint?
Do it.
So next week's hint is actually going to be very not cool, because neither of us have seen this movie yet, because it just was released earlier this year, and we don't really know a whole lot about it, so we're just going with the word French.
Oh la la.
So, just you guys just gotta figure out what that is on your own. But you'll find out next week when you listen to our podcast.
Yes, and like I said, give us a like and subscribe. If you saw The Boys, put it in the comments below. If you liked it, I'll be like, great for you. If you hate it, right on.
Yeah, so we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.